I honestly thought that Bert and Irving had a stronger relationship than Mark and Gemma. It was a sweet summer child. Penultimate episode of Severance just dropped. It wasn't one of those big reveal type of episodes, more into the relationships and experiences of the ensemble. And it kind of set up for what I think is going to be an explosive finale. Spoilers if you aren't up to date. I was so glad that Mark was letting Devin have it. I know that she lucked out on Cobell being the one to call, but until the finale ends, we don't know if this was the right call. In the meantime, they are giving way too much trust to Cobell. For all they know, when they went to the cabin, they could have gotten arrested. God knows what's going to happen when they finally do have that conversation. Because I still think in the finale that Lumen's going to offer Cobell what she wants and she's going to turn them in. And actually, Mark already committed to going into the office the next day, so we're going to see how that plays out. It was so satisfying to see Milchick get his lick back. Once again, he is a villain, and him taunting this child was more confirmation of that. But like, fuck her. If you haven't seen, I made a video breaking down this interaction between the two of them. And I see a lot of people saying that Milchick is going to turn on Lumen. I think the contrary. I think he's going to move up a little bit more. I think that's what he wants. This scene absolutely broke my heart. After the show, the actor that plays Dylan mentioned that this was the most that any director asked of him because he's done comedy for so long. You know what? He rose to the occasion. Definitely some weird power dynamics between Dylan and his Audi's wife. Because to her, yes, she kind of understands that they're two different people, but I feel like she doesn't realize that essentially this man is a child. He's only existed in the world for like 3 years and he hasn't been exposed to anything else. He's never had a life outside of work. And that's why he automatically went to, I love you, I want to marry you. From one kiss. Garrett Weaver has some quality sauce. In every show she's in, men fall in love with her. She bagged Morris Chestnut in Nurse Jackie. Runner-up of hard things to watch was definitely Bert and Irving. Bert being a hitman back in the day actually does fit his character, but I don't know. I'm not gonna write off Irving yet. I think he's gonna come back. Maybe that's wishful thinking. I truly thought that these were the star-crossed lovers that we needed to look out for. Now I know it's Gemma and Mark, so we gonna see. I love Helly's defiance. And what I really enjoy about her is her story is no longer about Mark. Like, of course she cares about him and wants to, you know, live out her life with him. But her focus is freedom. One of my favorite things that Helly was able to take away from Helena was that moment with her father. And so I'm interested now that they're going to have another moment, how that's going to play out. And they also confirmed that Helly's father is so old because he be having babies all the time. And he probably be putting them in those camps. I don't know what it was about Helly's mother that made him legitimize her specifically, but I think that that's another plot point that we're going to see more. I felt all the emotions this episode as I normally do. It was calmer than I expected, but honestly, I did not mind. But this scene alone helped this episode earn 5 out of 5 Frankie Flair.